How's it going, everyone over on YouTube? It's Fireproof Hell, and welcome back to another upload. And with the release of basically the Castlevania crossover with Dead by Daylight, I figured why not give you guys another fun video. Basically roasting y'all and y'all favorite, killers and whatnot. Just seeing what they say about you. So let's jump straight into this and get you guys this spooky. I almost said spooky, but I'll admit this game's not scary. I basically give you like another upload before spooky season, if anything, which is coming up shortly. So let's jump straight into this. Alright, so let's see, starting out. Alright, so if you play Dracula, you either like showing off the fact that you got it first before everybody else, or you just really like Castlevania games. I don't know what to say. I'm still threw off by this whole edition anyways and stuff. Also pre-recorded footage, not from a stream, just a little gameplay. Alright, so if you play Trapper, I'll either assume that you didn't buy any extra killers and you're starting out the game, or you just like having your ankles broke, because not gonna lie, this is one of the easiest killers to escape from. Actually, let me scratch that. You either like tunneling players or you like having your ankles broke, because he's like the best but worst character. Alright, so if you play Wraith, you either like jump scaring people or you take this game too damn serious. Because I'm not gonna lie, half the time where everybody's getting hooked right away and stuff is because this man likes to pop up behind generators and just one tap. Like, if you're like working on a generator and they pick you up, basically you can't do anything. So alright, so if you play Hillbilly, I'll admit that this originally was one of my favorite killers until I played him. But, all this aside, basically, if you play Hillbilly, I'll assume that you just like playing really aggressive and charging things. Or, he I guess, looked the scariest out of the start, because the only reason I really picked Hillbilly is because of the design, but then I start to play him and I'm like, I think there's other better characters in this game. Now, if you played Nurse, not gonna lie, this is actually one of the more difficult characters, but if you played Nurse, you either like trolling players, because I'm not gonna lie, some of the funniest gameplay came down from the Nurse, or you're just afraid of a lot of players vaulting. And I'm not sure if she has like an ability, because I'm mainly a survivor main, but certain characters have abilities where they can still tag you through like vaulted windows, and when you like blockade like pathways and stuff. But yeah, most of the time, like, I'm usually always having to block a pathway in front of her because she's like always on my ass or stuff. Alright, so if you play Huntress, I'll assume that you basically like basically training your aim in this game, because 9 times out of 10, majority of times I face a Huntress, I'm getting killed by an axe. I'm not getting killed up close. And, it's like they're, target practicing or something. Intermediate player, though, or killer. Alright, so we got Michael Myers. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that they actually gave them names of shape. That's funny. But, if you play Michael Myers, I'll assume that you just basically don't like people having fun, because I want to say like a good 70% of the times I run into them, like they're not, just either they got objectives to complete, or I don't know what's up, but they're all try hard 9 times out of 10. Like you fairly would get like a troll and like killer that plays Michael Myers, If you play Hack, I'll assume that you just like messing with people just to mess with them, because I always weirdly survived Hack. It's just something with that teleport just always gets me. They like pop up in front of you, chase you for a little bit, and then next thing you know, everybody's opening the exit gate. It's like, whoa, when did the match even start? Another easy killer. The doctor. Now this is actually what the hack could have been, because 9 times out of 10, anytime I run into players that play doctor, instantly in my head I'm just like, I know this is about to be some bullshit. Because that stun that he has, it's like, you don't even want to get close to him. So this is like another case of, if I see you playing doctor and stuff, it makes me want to just go back to the lobby. It's like, alright, you know what, skip it. I'll take the penalization. He's another tryhard killer. Leatherface. This man right here. If you play Leatherface, you either really like horror movies, or you just basically just want to just shit on the whole entire lobby, because I don't know what's with him. I'm pretty sure he does have a few one-hit moves, but still, it's like, like instantly, like my chance of survival just diminishes, because he's quick, he's like super stealthy, and he has like that damn one-hit chainsaw move, and it's like, it's a better version of the Hillbillies. That's why I gave him aggression. But yeah, if you play Leatherface, you just really like the series, and you just want to show off. It's like, I get it. Trash. Straight trash. Not gonna lie. If you play Freddy Krueger, I'll assume that I could just try new moves. Like, I could just try different loadouts. Like, it's crazy, because although Freddy, like, isn't a bad killer, like, just in general, like, it's also just the fact of how people play them. And I'm not gonna lie, most of the time it's trash. I still have to get proven wrong about that. Watch, there's gonna be like some tryhard Freddy player that's gonna like jump in the comments. But yeah, just trash. This right here. If you play basically the Pig, Jigsaw, Person from Saw, however you want to name it, I'll assume you're just like sneaking up on people, because that shit is so annoying. Because like, I'll be like repairing a generator, and I'll look over like, hey, cool costume this person has on. It's like, wait a minute, and there's like 0 sounds on the footsteps too. Majority of times I play, and it's just like such a headache. Yeah, just straight sneaky. There has never been a killer that I have ever outsmarted as many times in this game as Clown. If you play Clown, I'll assume that you basically either want the players to get away, or you just like basically just getting your neck broke, because for some odd reason, like, there's certain killers that have certain strategies for, but whenever like, somebody plays Clown, since he's like so big, bumbly, and like, you could see him from like a distance, I always like just hide behind like a bush, and he just like goes the opposite direction. Like, there's too many times where I just sat there and just like played around with the killer, because like they just couldn't figure it out. But yeah, I definitely assume that your IQ is a little bit lower. If you play Spirit, I'll assume that you're amongst the many that barely bought this character, because for some odd reason I have rarely seen anybody play Spirit for real. And it's no diss really to the killer itself, but I just can tell that a lot of players was just like, yeah, there's she's cool cool killer, but there's better ones out there. And it's sad, a lot of potential, but the few encounters I did have, I barely saw the character even mid game, so it's just like, okay. Legion is another one of those just super duper easy to like maneuver killers, because he doesn't really stand out too much in like the ability department, and it's another one of those characters where you hardly see them, but at the same time when you do see them, there's like an easy escape. So yeah, I'll just assume that you basically just bought DLC or DLC. You bought a character that a lot of people can easily outmaneuver. But I don't know. Give it mixed on that one. Okay, so we got Plague. Not gonna lie, almost every single time I ran into her, always got hooked. Like, she is too OP. So if you basically play Plague, even in 2024 right now, I assume that you just basically like giving people a hard time and headaches, because that's the only thing I got from this character. Because I'm like, how do you even escape this stuff? She has like range, you know, she's quick. It's like, come on now. Okay, so if you play Ghostface, I will not take you serious. And not for the reason that y'all think. Like, I won't take you serious because almost 95% of the players that play Ghostface always were just always were trolling around with us. I swear there'd be like a few times like where, you know, you'll be think you're in like a serious match and stuff, and you start running from him, and next thing you know, he's over there dancing and like emoting with players. It's like, my goodness, you know, it's like one of the funniest characters. So yeah, I give you a W if you basically play Ghostface, because I'm not gonna lie, too many funny moments. All right, you want to talk about OP? Do you want to talk about OP? This right here, made me not play this game for like a good week, almost a month. I swear, I remember I got into this like one match with this like super duper toxic Demogorgon. Like, he not only was specifically targeting people, but like me in specific. And it was funny because I kept running into the same I think because I was in a lobby, either so, or I just kept getting him for some reason. But every single time he made it his goal objective to tunnel, to hawk me down, like zero cooldown. I remember he ran past somebody healing in front of him just to attack me. I was so mad I almost threw my controller at the TV. So yeah, this character is just straight headache. So if you play Demogorgon, you're just toxic. Okay, so Oni. When I first started playing Dead by Daylight, I think it was about, I want to give these estimates because I don't remember when this game necessarily came out, but I remember either it was 2015, 16, 17, one of the three. Basically, there used to be like an abundance of Oni players, but you know, it dropped down. But if you play Oni nowadays, I'll assume that you're one of the OGs, and I should have a lot to worry about because most of my gimmicks and tricks is not gonna fucking work. Or I want to say you just bought the character because he looks cool and you really like anime. I gotta butcher a little bit, you know. Another OP killer. If you play Deathslinger, I'm not gonna lie, I would be tempted to leave the match and go back to the lobby because this character is outrageous. Like, even when you go to like vault away from him or you go to like knock pallets down, like, it's not gonna really matter. You know, this guy is like, basically, if you play Deathslinger, I'll assume that you only play Call of Duty and that's it, because I don't know what's with that grapple hook, but 100% of the times I ran into him, always caught. You know, there was like no getting away. There was no building generators. Like, that junk was out the way. Alright, so we got Pyramid Head, or the Executioner. Not gonna lie, this one is like a mixed feeling. Like, if you play Pyramid Head even in today, I'll give it, you're probably normal. Or you'd probably just really like Silent Hill and bought the DLC just for that. You know, but just in general, you know what, I'm gonna give him a fair one and just say you're normal. But the minute I see you start tunneling, best believe I will complain about your character. I will post memes. So let's skip on to that one. That one gives a pass. Another W. Yeah, show this out a little bit. Alright, so if you play Blight, I'll assume that you bought them because of the design, and I'll admit this is actually my favorite killer. As y'all can see, I actually wound up getting them. I don't actually still don't really play killers, so I actually wound up buying them just to buy them. But if you play Blight, especially from the way that I see tryhards play them online, I'll assume that you're another aggressive player, or I'll assume that I don't know. I'll just assume that you're just aggressive player for no reason, like just crash out mode or so. So yeah, let's jump for that one. All right, twins. Not gonna lie, this character irritates me. This character irritates me so much. I swear that little guy right there, my goodness. I'll assume that you either have a hard time catching the players, or I'll assume that you're just basically angry about something that's going on in real life. Because the way that I see the twins hawk down players, it's just like, my goodness. Like, it's like, what are you so mad for? Like, you know, damn, go play some Minecraft or something. I don't know. Let's jump to the next one. Okay, so if there was a killer in this game that, if I had to make a top 10 list in this game, let alone majority of the games in general, I wouldn't say majority, but if I had to rank basically who I hate the most in this game, it's Trickster. If you play Trickster, I gotta be harsh on this one. If you play Trickster, I'll assume that you either have aggressive mouth breathing, or you basically hold your spoon with a closed fist. There has never been a character I despise more in this game than Trickster. Like, this is a character that physically made me stop playing the game for a hot minute. I had a guy literally just running around, just throwing knives at everybody, just downing everybody just to do it. And it's like, even when they're not trolling, it's like the character is just too frustrating. Like, so yeah, you're straight aggressive mouth breather if you play Trickster. If you play Nemesis, you definitely just love Resident Evil. Because I'm not gonna lie, even though Nemesis is super intimidating, and I really do dig the addition to having zombies be able to interact with the map. That's cool as hell, I'll admit. But this is another one of those easy to get away from characters. I don't know if it's the character's build, I don't know if it's speed, what's going on, but Nemesis is like super easy to get away from. And speaking of which, so we got Pinhead. This man has an annoying ability, but I have never got so many dubs on a killer than I did. Actually, yeah, these two in specific, because I want to give Nemesis a little bit easier to get away from. Actually, no, skip that. I'll give it to Pinhead. He's definitely way easier, because Nemesis can still hit you with that like tentacle thing if you try to, like, you know, throw a pallet down or a window. You know, he still has range. It's just, it's super limited. Excuse me, because of the game mechanics. But Pinhead, almost 100% victory rate. Alright, so we got the artist. So I encountered her maybe like one time. So I'll assume that if you basically play artist in 2024, you're one of those people that basically bought it when nobody else did, because I hardly see anybody really play her for real. I see her map a lot, but I don't really see her get picked or nothing. Alright, so if you basically play the girl from the ring, that's what I'm gonna call her because I don't want to butcher her name. But if you play her, then you just want to give the other survivors just more shit to do, because 9 times out of 10 I hardly see her because she's AFK or just tunneling just random people. But the amount of times I see those tapes around the damn map, it's just like, come on now, I'm tired of doing skill checks. Alright, so this is another one of those killers that I hardly ever saw. But at the same time, if you basically pick the dredge and you play as them, I'll assume that you just like just camping in lockers that nobody is gonna go to, or you just like bought the character because you like the design, and I'll give you that one. But still, yeah, I hardly ever see this character, and the few times I did, he was just playing in lockers, just waiting for people to jump in, but nobody did it. And, it's kind of sad. Everybody built generators, and we left, and we just left them hanging. And I was like, damn, that's kind of sad. First time's an impression. If you play Wesker, you're probably in my realm. You're probably one of those OG Resident Evil fans that just cling to Resident Evil 4's IP, and you just like action and cinema and Capcom and all that good stuff. And you're probably just like a Resident Evil nerd, just like I am. But at the same sense, if I see you basically playing Wesker today, yeah, chances are I will definitely avoid you. I would put my stuff down. I would even try to fight back, because running from this character is damn near impossible. So yeah, too aggressive Resident Evil fan. If you play Knight, I'll assume that you played For Honor and nothing else, because I basically damn near never saw this character. And when I did see him, they were just sitting there just trying to I don't know what the hell they were trying to do. It's just like slightly aggressive. Like, I would just assume that you basically bought a character that you don't plan on like using anytime soon. Big old sword. It's kind of cool. You got his Y-hander. That's what it is. Alright, this character is just straight trash. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I remember when she first came out, a lot of people was just like, yeah, it's not really a good killer. And I was like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. And then I jumped into a match and absolutely, like, just completely just broke ankles every single time. Like, it was to the point where even being tunneled wasn't even really a factor. I don't remember what she has entirely that was supposed to make her dangerous, but I think it was like a drone or something like that. But it's like the character was a little too obvious. If you play Singularity, you either are super duper aggressive and you probably still live with your parents, or you probably watch a lot of YouTube videos on how to be a good killer and Dead by Daylight, because Singularity is so OP for no reason, like when players use them, and it's like 9 times out of 10 it's like super duper try hard other streamers, and it's just like, geesh, like, give these characters a rest. Alright, so if you basically play Alien in 2024, you either are one of those ones that don't like the way the game is set up, because I'm not gonna lie, some of the coolest gameplay comes from like Alien, because you get those flamethrowers and it weirdly makes you feel like you're fighting back against the killer and stuff. But yeah, this is another one of those overly aggressive mouth breathers. Like, I'll admit, like, Alien is one of those exceptions because that's the way he's supposed to be. And it's like, if I saw like an alien trolling, like, that'd be the day. But yeah, 9 times out of 10 they're trying to get the job done. They're not gonna let you have fun. They're like, you can have that flamethrower, but yeah, I'm still just gonna like hook you every time. Personal experience. If you play Chucky, you're definitely a troll. Like, you definitely gotta be a troll, or you just are still overly obsessed with, like, the Chucky movies, because for no reason you can barely see this character as it is, and it's like, it's so goofy just seeing them just run around and catch people. Like, I swear, and it's just like, I can't even take the character serious, so it's like, you gotta be trolling to pick Chucky against me. I will definitely absolutely cook his little ankles. Alright, so unknown. I'm a little bit unknown about this one, but I'll assume that you just really like scaring the shit out of characters, because I don't know why they designed a character to look like this or have his backstory. But at the same time, you know what? You're probably you probably like to just rage bait people, and you probably, don't plug your phone in until it's 100%, which I get. But at the same sense, I'll give them a fair one and just say that, yeah, you're probably just like scaring the shit out of people because, my goodness, why the hell did they do this? Lich, I never saw anybody play him as long as he's been out. I don't remember when he was released, but I remember before I took like a hiatus from this game. I came back. I really don't want to butcher the time frame when I came back and stuff because I do take breaks from Dead by Daylight a lot. But when I came back and saw the trailer for him, I'm like, oh, this is a cool character, and I liked his I guess character trailer. But I hardly ever see this character, so I assume you're in that same ballpark of you want to get the characters before everybody else has it, so you could say you had it first or earlier, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, probably still eat your boogers. I had to throw a little insult in there. And yeah, that's basically what it says about you guys' favorite players, or not players but killers. And just give you guys a bonus one. Just indulge with me on this costume. If I see you with that skin on as Trapper, I will immediately turn off. You know what? I'll immediately just close the game out. I won't even go back to the lobby. I'm just closing the game out. That would be too much Dead by Daylight for me.
Oh my, Naughty! Aren't we having a marvelous day?
It's like, what are you thinking? If you play this big ass bear, there is no way I'm staying in that lobby. Cause 9 times out of 10, as you can see how much crystals it's actually worth and stuff too. It's like, nah, I'm good. This man literally gotta live on this damn game. So yeah, that was just a little diss to all you guys' favorite players. Or I said players again, favorite killers. Just a little fun upload for you guys, and in the next episode, we're probably just gonna either get some more of these Persona streams out, or just find another cool topic to discuss. So for now, we also close this one out. Give you guys a wholesome monologue. Bow. All right, and you guys definitely take care. Stay tuned for more uploads, and just stay hydrated. So, all right, see you.